episode 117. And welcome into the Bench is Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. And I am Jess Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the best team ever assembled, the San Francisco Giants, who went 3-2 last week. A lot of off days.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Tyler Coe, representing the Los Angeles Dodgers, who went a perfect 5-0 last week, and have also been a perfect 10-0 in their last 10. They have the best record in baseball, the best 162 game stretch of any team in Major League history. Everything is just going the Dodgers' way. Things just can't be better. I mean, I only have good vibes today. And when has that ever happened? Never.
It's great.
Ever.
The Giants finally had a over 500 week, which obviously means they went back in the standings. So that's tight.
Yeah, that's
I think we're like
really good, I guess.
7.5 games back in the wild card. Should be fun.
I don't even look anymore. I'm not even concerned. And the best part is, soon enough, I'm not even going to be concerned about the Padres because they're probably going to fall off in the wild card, and it's just going to be great. Everything will be back to normal. The Giants, the Padres, they all suck, and the Dodgers are going straight for that World Series championship.
I don't think that the Padres will fall off because
there's a chance.
Of Milwaukee not being that great. I not because the Padres are doing well, but I think it's more detriment to the Brewers. So, but let's talk about each other's weeks, Tyler.
Why don't you go
just
first?
Circle jerk. You want me to go first?
Why don't we get it out of the way? Let people.
Let's get into Let's start with people who want to hear. Let's get to the meat, the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, right. I'm saying let's get the sad shit out of the way. It's like,
no, this is great. It's gonna be a great time.
Listen, fucko. Here's what's gonna happen. All right. It's like when someone asks you, do you want the bad news first or the good news? You always say the bad news. So do you want the bag segment first? Yes, and then we'll get to the good stuff.
Yeah, let's go to the bag segment, and that's what we're getting to now.
I'm sorry. Do you need to clean your ears out?
No, you just don't know how to speak words, bitch. Anyways, it's my turn. My turn. All right, let's talk about the Giants. We go back to Oakland, where Crawford and Thairo Estrada finally come back. In game one, they win 7-3. Wade Davis. I said Wade Davis because I saw these on my notes. Lamont Wade and J.D. Davis and Bart hit some bombs. That was pretty great. Basically pecker slapped the Oakland A's in game one. Game two, they won again. Because they're a team that wins. They won 6-4. Estrada.
That's a win streak right there.
Yeah. And then, there's more to come to this. You ready? Yaz hits 2 bombs. Webb shoves going 7, allowing 2 earned runs. That's a sweep. It's a 2-game sweep, but it's still a sweep. We're happy. Everything's great. We're coming. We're gonna have we're gonna be able to go back in time and win some games. So we'll have a 110 win season. It's gonna be awesome. And then we go to San Diego. And the good vibes are still kind of going. They get the win, 1-0, shut out the Padres. Wood goes 6 1/3 with no runs. And, of course, the play that everyone's talking about, Giants, the best defense in baseball, strikes again. The best relay you'll ever see, Gonzo, to Craw, to Bart picking it like he's done it a million times before, saving the game. And everything was great. And then we go to game. So, then we go to game two, and Padres kind of drove this game almost all the way in, but then Hader comes in and could not find the fucking strike zone. The Giants get to Hader again, and somehow he strikes out J.D. Davis without finding the strike zone. Should have been a 3-1 count, okay? But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy posting the freaking script. That's not me, okay? And it doesn't really matter anyways, because Manny hits a 3-run bomb to walk it off. And to anyone, here's the issue everyone's having, because Kapler sent out Tyler Rogers in the 9th inning and not Camilo Duvall. The game was tied, and it was for sure, at least if the Giants were trying to win this game, it was going to go to the 10th. It was tied 4-4 going into the ninth, the bottom of the 9th. So who are you going to pick? Tyler Rogers, who gets weak contact, or are you going to pick Camilo Duvall, probably the best closer in the fucking game. You can't do that because you'd rather have him in the 10th. If am I right? Because Manfred runner on second, that's a strikeout pitcher. Plus, you want him to get the save. That's his inning. So I'm not sure why everyone thinks that Duvall should have been in there in the 9th inning. It's coulda, woulda, shoulda. Hindsight's 2020. And let's say it did happen the way people wanted to. Duvall gets a 1-2-3 inning. Then Rogers goes into the 10th with a runner on second and Manny Machado coming up. And people say you could pitch around him. Completely true. You could have pitched around him, but you're going to have a guy on second with no outs to a contact pitcher and even letting balls find holes all fucking season long. So it would have been the same outcome. It is what it is. The Giants bullpen is so fucking shot, and we'll get to that later. But let's talk about this game 3. Giants lose again, 7-13. The Giants offense comes alive. Everyone pitching in, getting RBIs, knocks and drawing walks, walking guys in. J.D. Davis will probably get the shine because he hits a bomb. But Junis has a bad start, and the bullpen is so fucking trash. Ketel Marte, Junior Marte, and Harlan Garcia gets smacked around, giving up 5 runs. So that's not tight. That's Giants week.
That's Giants baseball, baby.
It's Giants baseball. Because here's the thing: if the Giants they had the opportunity to win both of those games, those last 2 games. If they would have won one of those games, this whole week would have been looked at in a different light. But the one part of this Giants team that should have been addressed at the deadline, which we'll get into later, blew up the game, blew up both games, and even tried to blow up a couple games in Oakland, but we're able to hang on. So I don't know. We'll get more into this bullpen a little bit later after Tyler just circle jerks himself off. But that's the way it is, unfortunately, and who knows what's going to happen with this team.
Yeah, bummer. Can't relate. Sucks for you. Dodgers, on the other hand, went 5-0, and it's great. Everything in Dodger Town is wonderful. The sun is shining, and I couldn't be happier. Padres and Dodgers. The duel of the century. The newly revamped Padres are going to show the Dodgers they're not little brother anymore. And they completely fall apart. And it was a sight to see. They get swept, which was awesome. First game, not even close. Dodgers score, I think, 4 runs in the first inning. They win 8-1. Tony Gonsolin was looking good. Everything just kind of clicked. Will Smith, we'll get to him later. He killed the Padres, which was fantastic. Game 2, Dodgers put up 8 again. This time a little bit different. It was close for a while. Dodgers were down. And then I think Max Muncy hit a 3-run bomb. We'll get to him later too. Max Muncy coming around. If I were competing teams, I'd be fucking scared right now. He's looking pretty good. And then game 3, they get shut out. Tyler Anderson fucking shoves, gives up 2 hits over 7. Evan Phillips comes in. Craig Kimbrell comes in, shuts it the fuck down. Dodgers win 4-0. Only hold them to 2 hits. The Padres, the offensive juggernaut of all time, the new murderer's row, gets held to 2 hits. I'm not worried. And I know everyone's going to be like, well, when Tatis comes back, bring it. They're done, bro. It's over. So Dodgers complete the sweep. Last week, I thought they had a 4-game series with the Padres, and I was confused. Turns out I was reading the schedule wrong. I was reading next month, and then we play them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Mondays against San Francisco. And I think I just saw the S and whatever. Then we had a 2-game series with the Twins. They just get shellacked. On Tuesday night, every single player who had an at-bat had a hit. Not even just the starting lineup. Every single player who had an at-bat had a hit. I was there. It was great. It was fun to boo Carlos Correa again. I missed that. Julio looked unhittable, just absolutely shoving. And then last night, Ryan Pepio gets the start. looks a little bit shaky. Offense has to bail him out, but that's what the Dodgers do. They hit. Chris Taylor hits a big home run. Max Muncy hits a big home run. And then my favorite player and your favorite player, Joey Gallo, hits his first home run, who I said when we traded for him was the best player ever. I didn't say he was bad at baseball. That was Jesse, not me.
He is bad at baseball, right?
He is. But good for Joey Gallo. Dude, he smoked a double. He smoked a double on Tuesday, gets the home run on Wednesday. You know, it's good to see him happy, not miserable, not having to worry about getting, you know, punched in the mouth on the street. Interesting, though. So Joey Gallo, when he got his first hit, he wanted to keep the ball. So this home run lands a couple rows ahead of me. Security rolls up, grabs the guy and says, you know, Gallo wants the ball back. And so this guy asked for a Joey Gallo bat, signed bat, which I think is very reasonable. And they told him no. And so he said, fuck you, I'm keeping the ball. So, but then I heard something interesting that I didn't know, that my dad actually told me that they were talking about in the broadcast. Joey Gallo has his bat knob, it's like a hockey stick.
Really?
And I don't know if you know much about hockey, but a hockey stick is you basically make a knob on the end of the stick that's like sticks out way fatter. You make it with tape. So he has a huge square handled knob, and he has to get these bats custom made. So I was like, maybe that's why he didn't want to give up one. Right. I don't know. Just a little interesting thing. But the biggest part is,
if a guy wants his ball, you should give him his fucking ball back.
Fuck you. The guy caught the ball. It's his ball. He can do whatever he wants with it.
He could, but I'm not saying like legally you should have to or whatever. But if it's me and a player's like, hey, I want that ball, I hit it.
Well, here's the biggest thing.
I might ask like, I'm like, hey, could I? And he's like, nah, I can't do that. I'd be like, yeah, all right, fine. Well, like, what am I going to do? It's going to sit in my fucking drawer?
Here's the thing. Usually they'll let you at least give it to him. And that was this guy's thing. He's like, I want to be the one to like give it to him. And they said no. So good for him.
Then the Dodgers just suck then.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get in touch with them on Twitter. Anywho, Dodgers wrap up a perfect homestand, a perfect week, a perfect last 10 games. I mean, it's just perfect, Jesse.
What? Must be fucking nice. I mean, it is nice right now, and we go through this every season. The Dodgers just keep winning and winning and winning. They haven't gone on a losing streak. There's no downtime for the Dodgers. That's fine, because that means someone's going to knock them out in the NLCS, and they're going to go home again without a ring, and that's fine by me.
You wish.
If the Giants don't win, as long as anybody else but the Dodgers win, that would be fantastic. But as we move to the everyone's favorite segment of this podcast, we're going last week we didn't even get to it because there's just so much stuff going on, but we're going stud and dud of the week. I'm wrestling with how I want to do this, but I think I'm just gonna, I think we're in darker times and we need to talk about what's wrong with this team. So let's get the stud out of the way. It's obvious that it's JD Davis. I mean, I do want to give a quick little mention to my guy Joey Bart, who's hitting over 300 this week. With a bomb. So I do want to give him a little love, especially with his defense that he's been having, and I just want to give him a little love because he's my guy. And if he's good, then this team is going to be a lot better. So especially for the future. But JD Davis, ever since he's gotten traded, is hitting 350, got a 1.2 OPS and has 3 bombs. I mean, I don't necessarily want to dance on the Mets' graves because obviously they're just torn apart by this and they're never going to recover. But we obviously won the trade, which means we just won everything. No, fuck that. That's going to be so fucking good. But it is nice because JD Davis is returning next year, and I don't know if it's just a mechanical thing with the coaches, if he's just hot this week. He just looks really good and really comfortable, making good defensive plays, and I don't know. I'm really excited for JD Davis, and he makes this team better. And who knows what it's going to mean for this year, but next year it's a good little building block, especially because if you think that Longo might retire, which is the rumor, It's good to have a good, solid third base option right now. So JD Davis, the man, really excited. Suck it, Tyler.
That's really cute.
Owner,
yeah,
father
obviously.
of Kershaw.
Okay. Obviously, there's only one guy I'm giving the stud to. And it's not so obvious because I could give it to Cody Bellinger. I could give it to Max Muncy, who hit 385 these past 7 games. 385. He's back, baby. Except he might be going on the IL tomorrow, so he might not be back. But I'll tell you someone, bro, listen to this. My boy Will Smith, okay? 11, 4, 26, 1 home run, 7 RBIs, 2 walks. He even threw in a stolen base. Okay, batting .423, has an OPS about 1100. He's batting .275, and my boy didn't get an All-Star nod. Get the fuck out of here. The best catcher in baseball. The best catcher in baseball. Will Smith.
Yeah,
and you know I always say it.
Buster Posey to retire last year for that.
You know I always say he's the best defensive catcher in baseball.
Yeah.
You know I've never said anything bad about his defense. That's for sure. And dude, dud. I'm having trouble picking one. I guess I'll give it to Phil Bickford for giving up a home run. That's how slim the pickings are because everyone's been playing out of their minds this last week. So I guess I'll give it to Phil Bickford for giving up a home run.
Forever Giant. I love Phil Bickford.
When the Dodgers were already up by like 10 runs, so
so it didn't really fucking matter.
It didn't matter.
That's nice. That must be nice.
It's very nice.
Let's tell you something that isn't nice, and it is my dud. I know Tyler really interrupted me and kept going, but I'm just going to let him do it because I'm a nice guy. And I'm dreading talking about this, but also I'm kind of pissed. So this dud is going to this Giants bullpen. It's just so fucking bad. It's given up 11 earned runs these past 5 games this week. It's given runs, and it's not like it was just like one blow up game. And it's just getting tagged for all they've given up runs in 4 out of the 5 games this last week. I'm not sure in what world you could even try to compete for anything with a shot bullpen. It just makes no sense. Like, who would have thought, yeah, man, maybe they should add to this bullpen at the deadline. I mean, it doesn't cost that much to add some decent relievers. This bullpen is fucking drowning. Maybe we should do something. Maybe, and I don't even want to take credit for it because I did say it, but you know who else said it? Fucking everyone. Okay? Like, it was so obvious that this bullpen needed to be added to, and it's just ridiculous that nothing has happened. If you want to somehow say that you believe in this team, and Farhan want to be, oh, we believe in this team, we think it can whatever, but you don't add to this struggling bullpen that didn't cost much, that's not going to cost much to give a little bit of help to. I don't know. I mean, he's mentioned things like calling up a couple guys, maybe our boy RG Davovich coming up, but are we really gonna call him up to try to give him the 8th and the 7th or 8th inning? I mean, you look in this Giants bullpen and everyone's in it. The only people that you feel good about is Duvall, obviously, and John Brebbia. He's having a pretty solid year. But Dominic Leone is struggling. Tyler Rogers has struggled all year. I mean, you look at this last year's bullpen, everyone who was a mainstay and it was a solid guy is either gone, being Jake McGee, or just having a bad season. Tyler Rogers and Dominic Leone. So I don't know if we can just keep shoving these guys out there and seeing what happens, or there's a mechanic. I don't know. I'm not a mechanics guy, obviously, or else I would be sitting on this fucking chair just talking about baseball. But I don't know what to do. But don't come to us talking about, oh man, if we just have a good week, and you have one of the shittiest bullpens in baseball. So it's shot. Something needs to change. I don't know what you could do as far as this like a DFA market, or shopping people's. I guess that's the only way you can add. You can't even shop people's AAA fucking roster unless they're not on the 40-man. I believe that's a way to do it. But yeah, I don't know what to do. But it's shot. It sucks. And it needs to get better. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, can't relate. Yeah, bummer. It sucks, dude. I mean, have you finally accepted that the season's over, or?
I've accepted that the season's over for a while, but I'm also really stupid, and like I was like, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're dumb. And then, for instance, after Game 1 of the Padres series, I was like, "Oh, I mean, they win another game or two with this Padres series, and
The
they're
World
getting
Series
kinda
is
close."
calling.
You know what I mean? Like, so they always reel me back in. I'm stupid. I'm always going to get reeled back in when they start doing okay. So as of right now, I know the season's over, but I mean, obviously things can change. All of a sudden tomorrow, the bullpen can just shove it down my fucking throat and go on a crazy streak
Yeah,
where they're good.
they'll just decide that we need to be better.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to skate better. Exactly.
Better.
Exactly.
So I mean, they were great last year, so it's not like it's like you're putting a AAA team out there and just seeing if they. I mean, they have the potential to be good. It's just they haven't shown they've been good all year. So the one time you should have added to it, you should have added to it. But I mean, at any point this team can go on a streak and they can get me back in. But at the moment, I'm not in right now. Like I said, I mean, if when we start going to the next week's things, we can talk about what a way they can get back in it. But at this moment, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Not related at all. I'm watching the Field of Dreams game right now, and it's so frustrating because my eyes are pretty shitty that the Reds, the Cincinnati C, and the Chicago C are the exact same C. So I didn't realize that the Cubs were winning 4-0 until like a minute ago. I thought the Reds were winning 4-0.
Oh,
so that's really chill. They should probably fix that, but
go Cubs, go.
That's neither here nor there. Coming up for the Dodgers,
Drew Smiley pitching.
Dodgers they're trying to break that record of most consecutive wins. I don't know how much it is, but I know they need to win a few more games, and that's what they're going to do.
I would love it if they kept winning this season. Just keep winning, because you got to go on a losing streak at some point. You got to lose some games at some point. Why not the fucking playoffs in the Dodgers MO? So that's all.
You're such just a little baby. Anywho, Dodgers got a weekend series in Kansas City. I'm going sweep. Okay, 3-game sweep. Then the Dodgers have 4 in Milwaukee. I'm going sweep. A 7-game perfect road trip. It's going to be awesome. Dodgers going to go 17-0 over the last 17. Stranglehold onto the division. Just first, they're locking up the first seed throughout the playoffs. Home field advantage. It's just going down right now, bro. But I got to get into something real quick first.
Okay.
Real quick first. Max Muncy might be going on the IL. He
okay.
I thought so. I was sitting in the pavilion last night. He took a fucking shot ground ball. I thought it hit off his chest, and I was like, "Oh no!" Apparently, it hit off his hand, and he doesn't have a broken hand, but he has a bone bruise, and he can't close his hand around a bat. So I'm assuming he's going to be going on the IL just as he turned it around, which is very discouraging. But that just means Miguel Vargas is going to get called up, or James Outman, who both rake, and it's going to be sick as fuck. So I'm not worried. Just wanted to let our viewers know that Tyler's not worried, so they shouldn't be worried.
No, shouldn't be worried. The regular season, and that's what we're home for. But we forgot something, Tyler. We forgot to go around the league, and you're going out of order, and we do not go out of order on this podcast. But you know what? We went a little out of order today. So we are going to talk about one thing around the league that was very interesting that I felt like we just needed to speak on. Chris Sale doesn't know how to ride a bike. Joe Biden Part 2 falls off his bike and breaks his fucking hand. I don't... Like, that's got to be the most demoralizing thing for a fan base, a team, all the above. But I also feel bad for Chris Sale because I just don't know what happened. I don't know if he was being reckless, but if he was just like, hey, this is how I condition myself, I go on bike rides. Yeah. And he just like hit a rock or something and fell. Because the thing is, you fall a wrong way, and it just happen, and you happen to put your hand in a certain place. your body weight kind of falls on it, you know what I mean? Then you break a bone. I mean, it happens to a lot of people all the time. So if it's one of those, then I feel really bad because he's been like, gosh, struggling to come back from injury, and then comes back and then gets a liner straight to the hand, breaks his fucking hand, and then he's on the road to coming back and he falls off a bike and breaks his hand again. So I don't know if it's a fragile thing or just feel bad for the guy or the dude's being fucking reckless. So
at least Tatis was on a motorcycle. At least that sounds cooler.
That sounds cooler.
Instead of being like, I fell off my bike. That's it's kind of lame. Not gonna lie. One more thing around the league. Shout outs to your boy Tim Lincecum, dude. His wife passed away, man. That's tough. Apparently it happened in June. And I don't think anyone knew about it until today.
Right. Yeah, and I was struggling about if we should have brought it up, but I guess there is one thing that I guess needs to be said about it. Obviously, condolences to him, his family, and her family. I think that shows that you don't know what's going on in someone's life. Like the lineup or the guest list for the 2012 World Series reunion guest list, whatever, was released, and there was 3 noticeable names that were missing, which were Buster Posey, Tim Lincecum, and Pablo Sandoval. And people were kind of giving shit to Buster Posey and Tim Lincecum. Pablo Sandoval is still just playing games in Mexico right now. So he's like, dude, I got a game. Can't be there. So Buster Posey's been at the park multiple times. I think that he should, I would love it if he's there. And it's kind of like, you could get it on a flight. But at the same time, dude lives in Georgia now. He has a right to not show up. He was just there for his Buster Posey Day, for the Will Clark ceremony. So that one's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's like whatever. But a lot of people are giving shit to Tim Lincecum for not showing up. But when you have a major loss to someone really close to you, the last thing you want to do is celebrate at all. You just feel like shit. So I guess that shows that you shouldn't, if you don't know situations, you should just not talk shit.
Probably shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
up.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, condolences to his family, to her family. It's a tough situation. Right. But yeah, if you want to get back in order and talk about the Giants this week for anyone who's still here, because we're done talking about the Dodgers, so everyone's probably already stopped listening. So no,
they want to hear my game plan to get back in this fucking thing because they know the Giants.
Farhan, get on the horn with Jesse. He's got it all figured out.
This is what's going to happen. This is the road to the parade. It all started August 14th, which is tomorrow or today when you're listening to this. Oh no, that's a couple days.
Today's August 11th, you dumbass.
Yeah, so 12th when you're listening to this. I don't even know what day it is.
This is already bad. This is already going bad.
All I'm trying to say is if the Giants are going to somehow get back in this, they need to do it this month. They have the Pirates, Diamondbacks, Colorado. They got Detroit, Minnesota, and then they end with the Padres this month. But that's a solid stretch of teams that aren't that great. Minnesota is a first place team, but I don't know. They don't really scare me that much. I don't know if that's me being dumb, but
they're not very good.
Because if you look to September, man, you got Philly, Dodgers, Milwaukee. You got then you got like no, never mind. You got a Cubs series, and then you go to the Braves, then the Dodgers. And the rest of the month, you do get Colorado, Arizona, and then Colorado at home. So that's a little better, but that's only 2 series at the very end and 1 series in the middle. You got a gauntlet right there in September. So, if they can't get even into the conversation at the end of this month, there's just fucking dig the hole and put them in at this point. Call some guys up, see what you could do, and get ready for next year, which you should have done at the fucking trade deadline. But nonetheless, that's the only way you're going to get back into this thing, if it's even possible, which I'm not sure that it is. So It is what it is. It's gonna be Pittsburgh and Arizona. 3 games with Pittsburgh at home, 4 games with Arizona at home. If they want to somehow get back into this, they can't lose more than 2 next week. So, who knows what happens? That's the only thing I gotta say about that. And hopefully, the Padres just suck, and we fall into it. And then anything can happen when you're in the playoffs. So all of a sudden, this bullpen can just be locked down. You have no fucking idea. So, yeah. That's where we are on the side of the coin.
Horrible take as usual, but I think that's it. I think it's a pretty quick week for us. I mean, there's not much to say. Dodgers were perfect, and the perfection is just going to continue. I mean, shit, we could have just made this a 3-minute podcast, and everyone just would have been satisfied.
Dodgers were perfect, and the Giants were which they needed to be great to even make a statement, but the Giants were So
you know what the Giants need to do? Win 10 in a row. You know what they're not going to do? Win 10 in a row.
That's actually a good strategy, honestly. That's actually a pretty good strategy. Maybe they should do that. That'd be good. Maybe I'll call some people and see if I can get the word out. They should just win 10 in a row.
Well, that's why the Dodgers did it. But yeah, I guess that's it for us this week. Look forward to talking to you guys next week when the Dodgers are 17-0 in their last 17. This episode is brought to you by Renovation Candle Company, who never takes an L, just like the Dodgers. Fall candles are coming soon. We got pumpkin spice fucking everything. Pumpkin marshmallow, pumpkin chai. It's Pumpkin City over here, baby. Coming out in a couple weeks.
James Outman, best player alive. Michael
Goddamn
Vargas, the next Gold Glove MVP. They're going to be fighting each other for MVPs for the next 10 years. Thank you guys for listening to me being sad and Tyler just oil himself up with butters and greases and all types of goodies. Please make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform, as well as YouTube. Follow us on your socials: Instagram Benches Clear Podcast, Twitter Benches Clear P, and TikTok Benches Cleared. We're having a great time, even if we're sad or happy. Who cares? We'll see you next week.
Never sad, baby.
Thank you.
17-0. Let's go.